see her like every week, and she always carries her smiles on her face. And actually, she was also a teacher. And
She is also a retired teacher, and you can see her all over the places during our online reading study groups. And she will be our guiding readers today. Let's welcome her today. I'd like to be with you because you have positive energy. Thank you, Teacher May, you Venerable Master and Master from Abode, and other brothers and sisters. Good morning. I am Shuman, and my Dharma name is Lu Yu. And what I'd like to guiding read is to abetting the Buddha and purify our mind. Every May, we will hold the Buddha bathing ceremony to purify our mind. And what is the origin of the Buddha bathing ceremony? The very first Buddha bathing ceremony was held in 1996. It was held in the Tzu nursing school. And you can see from the footage, the master arrived at the scene to guide the students how to hold a lamp and how to how to praise the Buddhas. And also, we held another first Buddha bathing ceremony in 2000s. And the master says, because the Mother's Day represents people as is through our mother that we can have this body. And Tzu Day represents deeds, as Tzu helps us to firmly establish the direction of our lives, doing good deeds that benefits the humanities. The Buddha's birthday represents principle, as the Buddha's teaching help us to understand the truth. And starting from 2010, Tzu Buddha bathing ceremony began to incorporating design patterns to represent the central themes of the event. But due to the pandemic, so the ceremony was suspended for 3 years. And in 2023, on May 14, the Buddha bathing ceremony was held once again, and with almost 2,000 people attending this ceremony. And through the patterns and through this decorating, we can represent the Buddha's whole life, entire lives. And we can all walk into the Buddha's heart and to understand the Buddha's meanings. And the whole ceremony, it feels that we go back to Buddha's birthplace, starting from the day the Buddha was born. So we can understand the Buddha's entire lives by following the Buddha's footprints. There is a pond in front of the Mahadevi temple in Lumbini, where the Buddha was born. And this year, all the Dharma masters gather in front of the Mahadevi temple as if they have walked to the Buddha's hometown to bath the Buddha and celebrate Buddha's birthday. So in front of the Mahadevi temple stands the 160 centimeter tall statue of the great enlightened one of the universe, creating a realistic setting of that feels like returning to the birthplace. There is a significant meaning of the statue, which appeared to be touching the earth because the Buddha was born on this earth, preached the Dharma here, attained enlightenment here, and hoped that everyone would follow the Buddha's path, Bodhisattva's path for generations. In that temple, Buddha taught the Lotus Sutra and the Buddha's ways. The entire process is an important symbol for the Buddhism and sensual beings. So for the entire path, that represents the Grand Canal in front of the Mahadevi temples. In 1970s, there's a great canal, artificially constructed canals. Along the rivers, there are many temples, and the meditation center was established there. So the entire process is an important symbol for the Buddhism and sensual beings. And many people might ask, what is Buddhism? Actually, it is about spreading the true meaning of the Buddha's teaching. Serving sensual beings is essentially benefiting others. So the the square in front of the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, you can see there's a tree facing eastwards. It's a symbol like the the Bodhi trees at the Buddha's hometowns. So with Buddha in our hearts, that all the beings can make our hearts a sacred place for practice. And Master says, even though Nepal is a Buddhist country, the true Buddhism isn't seen there. At this time, Buddhism is to spread westwards, to bring it back to the Buddha's homeland. So at the very first time, we can hold a Buddha bathing ceremony in Lumpini, the international conference centers. So gathering almost 3,000 people to bath the Buddha together. In Lumpini, we would like to let more people to understand what Tzu Chi is doing. So the Buddha bathing is the best invitations to understand that Tzu Chi practice the Buddhism through the actions. Let's look at this village. And there are so many Dharma, so many masters that walk to the platform together to bath the Buddha together. And Master say that we can deeply feel the compassion of the Master Zhen Yan. We can also feel the great love from Tzu Chi. And through this ritual to get back to the hometown of Buddhas and bring the Buddhism back to the Buddha's birthplace. So I can deeply feel that the spirits of the great love, as the spirits of the Tzu Chi volunteers. I'm so honored to be able to participate in such an event. And in Nepal, in the kingdom of India and Nepal, the caste system, which has persisted for the thousands of years, often excluded lowercase community from participating in events like this. So many local women, after participating, expressed their profound gratitude, saying that in my humble existence, I never imagined that I could enter such a venue in my whole life. So what's particularly precious about the Buddha bathing ceremony organized by the Tzu Chi is to allow everyone in Lumpini to see the equality, which is truly groundbreaking in the local society. And before the ceremony, there was a special food bathing for filial piety activity for the parents and children, featuring the story of kneading sheep, which moved many parents to tears. Because Master Zhen emphasized the importance of helping them transform their lives and let them feel content even in poverty. And in 2023, Tzu Chi held the very first Buddha bathing ceremony at Bulgaria. And the bathing ceremony was held here at the Mahabodhi Temple. And before the ceremony, our volunteer visits the abbots and all the monk in the temple to accomplish this Buddha bathing ceremony. Let's watch this report. With the solemn music, and Tzu Chi held the very first Buddha bathing ceremony at Mahabodhi, the Bulgaria, and leading by the abbots that to hold this to begin the ceremonies. And Venerable Kanida, the abbot, expressed this is a very joyful moment that I'm so delighted to participate in this Buddha bathing ceremonies. Although it's an enlightenment place for the Buddha, but lots of the people, local people, their religion already shifted. But through this ceremony that there were so many people attend this ceremony to bring them back to get close to the Buddhism. And I asked I asked Abbas how many Buddhism, how many Buddhists there, and he said there are only monks that believe in Buddhism. So with this ceremony, we can have more than 1,000 people participate in this event. They were willing to get closer to Buddhism. With all the favorable condition, they can complete this Buddha bathing ceremonies. So Master says to cultivate a good affinity in suffering, to guide the sufferings to perform good deeds and filial piety, to seize the opportunity to create blessing. In this way, the one can sow the seeds of good karma even in difficulties. Let's give her a big hands. Well, she's a very professional guiding readers. And this is always focused on the ITVs, because every time the guide readers, we need to put in the videos within our presentations, and there's a time limit for only 10 minutes. And through Sister Shuman, we can learn a lot from her. And without meeting, and she has to fit into the situation right away. So as a coordinators, and she always face all the challenges with smiles, and also she works very diligently and very efficiently that you cannot imagine her presentations. And usually she handed her PowerPoint 3 to 4 weeks ago. She always well prepared. And there's feedbacks about Sister Shuman, and we can, because through Teacher Mei Yun's eyes, she can see all the talented persons. And I was asking Xue Yu about the new the interpreters, but she was still upstairs. She just came back from state, and she's observation right now at the interpretation rooms. That's prepare something for her about the books. And then, well, she cannot understand Chinese. Let's see how she can fit in these groups. And lots of people give us feedbacks about Indonesia's. The Buddha bathing can really attract many people to get to participate this ceremony, to get closer to the Buddha's spirit. We thanks for her presentations. And every year, Sister Tsiyu have to challenge her limits. And she talked about in 2023, there are over 500 of Dharma masters. They can walk into the venue together. The solemn and grand pictures that I cannot imagine the singing. And through the music, the other Dharma master can walk into the Buddha bathing venue together. It was full of Dharma joys, especially in the Buddha's birthplace. And when we went back to Hualien Jinsi Hall, and there's another table of the industrialists that came from a boat from the Indonesia and from the Malaysia. We can see, we also meet the brother Guo Yong, who are in the footage of who work diligently to make this ceremony happens in Buddha's birthplace. And we thank to Sister Shuman's presentations.
And today we have